I decided to do one video about that. Sorry, about the decision paralysis, because sometimes when I've got too many things to do, not just me, a lot of people suffer with it. Not suffer. It's not a disease or anything. It's just insecurity. I get overwhelmed and I don't decide on anything. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. So the goal was, I wanted to set a very clear goal so I would get past that barrier and teach the viewers as well, without teaching, because I'm still working on it. And the goal was, because I'm working on drop shipping and selling and trying to make a little bit of money so I don't have to go back to a 9 to 5, right? The goal was to make myself open a Shopify store so I could sell stuff, because I haven't done it yet, because I haven't found anything to sell, because I'm always choosing and picking and not pulling the trigger on anything. I thought if I push myself into signing up, which I did, I would force myself to really search for products, find products, and even if I find a product that's not perfect, because no product is perfect, I would try to sell it and move on from there and gain some momentum. That was the plan. The second thing I had to do today, it was to find one product to sell. And I was leaning towards coffee product, coffee accessories, coffee machines, because I like coffee, but I did look at other things as well. I had one job, technically two, but one product. I'll be happy with one product. Now, guess how many products I found? 0. Absolutely no product. I know you need to search. I know you need to do a very comprehensive work to be successful in that area. Dropshipping, not affiliate, dropshipping. But I was making a video about overcoming an obstacle, and within that video, I couldn't even do it. So, I had to delete the video. I can't post it, can I? Well, I've deleted it. I mean, obviously, you need to learn how to find good things even in defeat. I know it's a little bit of a cliche, and I bloody hate cliches. But it's true, though. I spent not all day, because I was looking after the kids, but every time I had a bit of time when the kids were napping, some of my kids are young, they still go to bed during the day. I've researched and researched, and I could not make a decision. But watched a few videos on YouTube regarding that, regarding all the places to search for products, and I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about my content. I've learned that I cannot teach anything because I don't know anything in that regard anyways. I know a lot of things, but none that I'd like to teach anyways. I've learned that if I just turn up and talk, sometimes good things come out. Sometimes you might need to squeeze them out. I've decided on a new strategy, right? I mentioned about my daughter. When I was, about 2 years ago, I started, working on my daughter's content. She's only 9. So we don't really focus that much, because obviously she's got school and she's got sports and things like that. On a free time, we make a few videos. When I started, I just did by myself. I did not ask for any help. When I say ask for help, I mean, paid for any subscription or, no coaching, nothing like that, So I kind of did what I thought we should do. Oh, by the way, she's a gymnast and a cheerleader. So we've got stuff to work with. And I thought, well, she's a good looking kid, skillful, she's fun, it's going to be easy. Now, 4 months went by, nothing happened. Nothing as in, she had a few views and all, but it was really, really, really slow. And I felt sorry for her, even though she didn't know about that, because I look at all of the metrics and, my her YouTube studio. It really is our channel rather than just her, but she's the star of the show. And I decided to sign up for vidIQ. Notice, this is not a sponsored video, by the way. I'm not here recommending them. I'm just mentioning that I did use them for her channel only, not for mine. And as soon as I started using their suggested ideas and suggested video structure, she went from 100, and she still had 132 subscribers then. And within, I want to say 5 to 6 months, within 5 to 6 months, she went from 132 subscribers to almost 15,000 subscribers. So we did a good job there. Once we reached that number, and she monetized her channel, she's on the first tier of monetization, I decided maybe I should work on my channel. maybe I should work on myself, right? And then I encountered the whole, what should I talk about? Who am I talking to? You know, it's not that I don't have things to talk about. For example, I'm 40, I just turned 40. So I've got the whole midlife crisis going on. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I'm from Brazil, living in New Zealand. So there's quite a bit there. I love football, slash soccer. But it's so hard to actually talk to a camera and be interesting at the same time. I did not use VidIQ for my content because I couldn't afford. I started to try to structure my videos a lot and it did not work. I made a few videos about running, about fitness, about, what else? Well, I've recorded a lot of videos, but, it didn't work out. And going back to the decision paralysis theme, I have all of these ideas all the time. And I think about them and I start to develop them. I start to write them down, make plans, and I go to ChatGPT to ask to help me to come up with a plan, like a roadmap. And then I start encountering problems, issues, and this is not going to work out. I'm not going to like this. This is going to be not because it's too hard. I don't mind being too hard. It's just me creating problems way ahead and deciding that's not going to work. The road from here to there is not worth the hassle because I'm going to encounter that problem, which is stupid because I haven't even gone there. And sometimes, like today, I decided to make a video about something, and it took me to another place completely, and I changed my whole strategy, and I think it's working because I had no idea what I was going to talk about as soon as I press record in this video right now, and I don't know if I'm doing well or not, but I'm coming up with subjects to talk about, and I'm making sense in my own head. Does that make sense to you guys? Hopefully. So I didn't pull the trigger in any of those plans, apart from one actually. I've been listening to Gary Vee a lot the last few months. And then he says, just post, mate, just post. Doesn't matter what you post, just post. Especially on social media, right? TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And what I did was in the last 2 months, I want to say 2 months, even less than 2 months, like a month and a half, I've been posting on TikTok every bloody day, twice a day, sometimes 3 times, went live a couple of times, just silly things, like me doing the garden, my kids, my dog, some thoughts that I had, coffee stuff, me making coffee, giving some tips on coffee, or asking tips about coffee. I tried to do some skits, funny stuff. I had videos going ranging from 800 to 1500 views. I had a couple of videos reaching 6 to 7,000 views. One video reaching 50,000 views. One video, it's on almost 80,000 views now. And one video that just went up to 200,000 views at the moment, right? All of those videos, a little bit funny-ish, a little bit of a sense of humor there. They're okay, but it's not, I'm not a comedian. But most of my videos are the usual 200 to 300, tops 500 views. And apparently that's okay, because that's your everyday stuff. All the stuff brings some strangers into the conversation, into the mix, bring the followers. So I went from 200, after my first video, they had 50,000 views. I stopped posting for a long time. And that brought me 232 followers. I remember that number quite well. So after I decided to post every day for the last month and a half, in the last month and a half, I gained just over 1,000 followers just by posting stuff, Sometimes good, sometimes I don't even like it. But it's material. It's stuff that makes me learn stuff about myself, about my content, and brought me here today. So I guess what I'm saying is, just keep doing it. If that's what you want, just keep doing it. Just keep recording. Keep deleting if you want to delete. Just delete as well. Don't worry about it. And honestly, don't worry about what other people say. I've been pretty lucky because all of my friends, they've been pretty supportive, which is really good. I like that. Of everyone likes that when their friends support you. But what I'm saying is, I see a lot of creators complaining about the lack of support that they get from family and friends. Even though I didn't tell any of my friends or family, even my mom, I didn't tell my mom about most of my channels. But somehow they found out about it, and they've been really supportive. So just do you. Sorry about the cliche again.